So my question is, India has good relations with USA, Russia, Iran, Israel. But when we see India's neighborhood, except Bhutan, it doesn't have good relationship any of us then. But if India has to protect its national security, it has to maintain good relationship with their neighbors also. So what policies India should take to maintain good relationship?
Very good question, yeah. Aparna ji, you want to make comment? Yeah, please. Give it to her.
Sir, my question was to Professor Chintamani Mahabhadra sir. This question is in addition to Singh ma'am. She asked that how to rope up with Pakistan. My question is like you said that we have to be so very much optimistic about SAR, right? So my question is that what are the like ways out, or what are the like policies that India must apt in her strategies to rejuvenate the lost charm of SAR? Thank you so much, sir.
So let me complete the first round. Maybe the next round I will ask you. Just here. So please, sir, you can answer and then.
Actually, in my presentation, I posed the problem and asked the community to think. And the community wants me to think and say something right now. It is difficult, but still, one of the things that I would suggest personally, I've tried my best to interact with some people who make policies, but so far I have not succeeded. Part of the problem is perception. How people in the neighboring countries think about India. How the policy analysis community, including the academic community, perceive about India. Believe me, in the 1990s, when I was in a program in Washington, D.C. from multiple countries, the Bangladeshi, the Sri Lankans refused to talk to me. They always sided somebody with Jordan or some such place. The four Chinese didn't talk to me. The Japanese and the Russians were with me. This is a problem of perception. I told them repeatedly that if you don't like India's policy, why are you punishing me? Talk to me. Right? So one of the ways is, in a conference like this, engage with the strategic community, foreign policy community of the neighboring countries in a dialogue and try to counter the narrative which is predominant today against India with logic and rationale. This is one of the ways. Second, when I said that we have to think positive, learning from history, the Americans dropped 2 nuclear bombs on Japan. Japan is central to American security strategy in the Indo-Pacific even today. 40,000 American troops are there. There is no demand for America to go back even now. How? Look at Germany. Germany threatened the world, including the US. But for the Germany ideas and the blitzkrieg and other things, Americans would not have joined World War II. Germany is a very friendly, nice, developed country in the European Union. Look at the Soviet Union. It collapsed. But when they were engaging, there were many people who were saying, we must learn how to sleep with the enemy. Things can change. You need strategy. You need brainstorming. That can be done. So you cannot rule it out that Pakistan will always be like this. When I go to London or Australia or other places, the Pakistanis are so friendly. So the problem is with the ruling elite there. They have vested interest. How best to break it in is the real issue. Number 2, about SARC. Simply because one member is perennially troubling you on terrorism, and now at least this government has the guts to go and fight back deep into their territory. Why ignore SARC? Let them be in, let them talk. In any case, they're talking in OIC and the Security Council and trying to internationalize issues. So instead of isolating, engage them so that SARC's other purposes can at least be achieved. by applying the same logic to United Nations. United Nations is a failure as far as promoting peace and stability or preventing war is concerned. But is there anyone anywhere, including Donald Trump, who thinks that United Nations should be dismantled? No. So SARC has multiple benefits, so we can think of reviving and promoting it. And the third question was about the election and all. If something is happening in Bangladesh and Nepal, should you be terrified? India mein kuch ho jayega. The way the political leadership in India repeatedly is trying and taking steps to empower the youth. Don't imagine the kind of thing that happened in Sri Lanka, in Bangladesh, or Nepal to replicate in India. Youth in India is really lucky to be born into a time when there is democracy in India. And this democracy is there. There are so many failures and faults. But because of Indian democracy, you don't see any kind of revolution. The poor people, the uneducated people, they go to vote multiple times and change government. Multiple times. So I have hope that India is better suited to deal with this. Finally, as far as election interference from outside is concerned, can you believe the Americans are now talking about it? The Russians got involved in it. Can you believe the Canadians are talking about the Chinese and the Russians interference in the election? In an age of social media and internet, you cannot prevent it anymore. And the AI and the deep fake is going to create more problem. So how to develop the guardrails is the key. And the policy making community should think about developing the guardrails so we don't go to vote on the basis of what we saw in social media. Rather, we make our own intelligent guess and change government if necessary. Thank you.
Thank you for all the answers. We are running out of time. Just I would like to make two comments on Pakistan. I think Pakistan's dominant strategic thinking has been that they have been able to offset India's conventional superiority by having nuclear weapons. And that is something which has changed now because India has been successfully calling Pakistan's bluff a number of times. India did surgical strike, now India did Operation Sindoor. So that is one thing India has done. Second thing that India has also been building international pressure, especially in terms of mobilizing international public opinion in the favor of India. So see that how best Pakistan basically is completely isolated. It's very difficult to isolate Pakistan, but obviously India has been attempting to do that. The third thing is, again, very important that how best in fact Pakistan is brought on the table to discuss, and peace and diplomacy can really be working with certain effectiveness. But it's a very difficult task ahead for India in the current context. So let me take this opportunity to thank all the members of this panel. And obviously it was a very useful session, very enriching ones. Please join me in thanking them.
Thank you very much for chairing the session, Professor Arvind Kumar sir, and the other panelist member, Professor Chintamani Mahapatra sir, for your very excellent deliberations on the topic. And Professor Jose, I really thank you for accepting our invitations. So I really extend my heartfelt thanks to you. And Brigadier Amar Narayan ji, so धन्यवाद sir.